There's about a 5-minute window after filling out a form before somebody loses interest. Most businesses miss it by hours. This automation I built hits it in under 8 seconds. It reads the leads, qualifies them, and replies with a personalized message before you even seen the notification. For this video, I built a solar company to show off the automation. However, this will work for any type of roofing, HVAC, or contractor type business with a get a quote form on their website. Let me show you how it works. So what are we looking at? This is a demo website for a solar roofing company that designs, installs, and provides rooftop services. The reason I chose this kind of company to showcase the automation of today is because these types of companies typically have high ticket offers ranging somewhere between 10 to 50K, which makes it incredibly important to follow up on the leads quickly. This is a very basic demo page I built with Claude code, and the objective of this page is to get people to request a free quote. The traditional way of doing this, so the traditional way of this funnel is somebody requests a quote, they input their credentials. Once they request the quote, the founder gets sent an email with the credentials, and if the founder deems the prospect to be a good fit for their company, they're ultimately going to be sending the quote, but also trying to persuade the lead to book a call with them. They could use Calendly, booking links for this, or maybe they manually follow up using the phone number. Maybe you have an appointment setter. There's many ways to achieve this. There are, however, some little problems with this traditional flow, this traditional funnel. The first one being speed to lead. Because the founder is building his company, running his business, he's not going to have time to 24/7 be watching his inbox to see if there are any new quote requests. Ideally, you would like to have some kind of automated system that does this for you. Secondly, we don't have any lead qualification system in place. The qualification system in this case would be the founder manually looking at the credentials of the lead, basically qualifying them by hand, which is not a very scalable solution. Finally, we don't really have any follow-up after somebody requests a quote. The follow-up that they get is basically the founder following up, sending them an email with the quote if the founder deems them a good fit. If that's not the case, they don't really get a lot at all. There's multiple ways to solve this. You could use an autoresponder as well, for example. However, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to build a bit more personalized version of this. So a more modern version of this funnel would be somebody requests a quote, they get added to your CRM. In this video, I'm going to be using GoHighLevel. After adding them to GoHighLevel, I want to add them to an automated email sequence, but I want only the qualified leads to be added to the sequence. If they're not qualified, I still want some courteous email saying thank you for requesting the quote, or whatever, something like that. And finally, the qualified leads, I'm going to persuade them to book a call with me using very personalized emails. Now, the automation, before I break down the automation, I'm going to show you the workflow, the way it works right now. What I have here is I have 2 sample leads, one that's going to be deemed a good fit by the AI and one that's going to be deemed a bad fit. I'm going to start with the good fit, a Marcus Bell from Phoenix. He owns his home, 2,200 square feet, single family house with a south facing roof. Electric bills are about $280 a month, and he'd like a quote on installing a rooftop solar. Now, just from this story alone, this is going to be a very good fit. We'll see if the AI deems it a good fit as well. marcusbell@gmail.com. Input the phone number, input the address, and the additional information. I'm going to request a quote. There you go. You're all set, Marcus. Now, for the purpose of this video, I also built a little backend dashboard where I can keep track of all the leads. I can keep track of average time to first touch. I can see if they're deemed a good fit, if they're contacted, what kind of mails went out, etc., etc. So for this first one, we actually instantly see that Marcus is a good fit and that he has been contacted. One of the most important metrics here being the time to first touch, which is only 6 seconds, which is going to be incredibly quick. If we then go to the email, we can see here, "Hi Marcus, thank you for reaching out to Summit Solar. Based on your home in Phoenix with that south-facing roof and $280 a month electric bills, you're a great candidate for solar, and you're in one of the best markets for it. We'd like to get you a personalized quote. How does a quick 15-minute call this week look?" So as you can see, this is an incredibly personalized email, which is going to feel great for the prospect because they're going to feel like there's an actual other person talking to them from the other side. Now, if I reload the page, and I use the bad fit. This is a Sir Jordan Lee from Camden, Phoenix. He rents his apartment and he doesn't own the building, but he was curious if he could get solar panels installed on it. This is obviously not going to be a good fit for a solar roofing company because he rents it. He's not allowed to do anything with the house, but it is possible for him to request a quote. So let's see what happens. Jordan Lee, input the email, input the phone number, and then the address over here. And finally, the additional information. We're going to request the same quote. If I now look in the little dashboard I created, you can very clearly see that Jordan is not a good fit. And you can even see the reason. The lead is a renter without ownership of the property, and Summit Solar installs residential solar for homeowners only. So by those credentials, this lead is clearly not a good fit. He has, however, still been contacted. So if I now go to the email, I'm going to see, "Hi Jordan, thank you for reaching out to Summit Solar. We specialize in rooftop solar installations for homeowners. So unfortunately, we're not able to install on rental properties without the building owner's involvement. If you own a home in the future or you want to loop in on your landlord, we'd be happy to help. In the meantime, feel free to reach out if you have any other questions." Now you can see this is once again an extremely personalized email, and they still got some kind of courteous email saying, "Thank you for requesting the quote, but you're not a good fit, so we're not going to be moving ahead." Finally, what I have here is a GoHighLevel account. So as you can remember from the slides, if they opt in, the very next step is we want them to be added to the GoHighLevel CRM. So we have an overview of all the leads that requested a quote from us, and we can do other stuff with it. If I refresh this page, we should be seeing Marcus and Jordan popping up in a second. There you go. We see Jordan Lee, we see Marcus Bell. And one of the nice things is we added a custom tag, which shows whether the lead was a good fit or not. In this case, Jordan Lee, the AI verdict was that he was not a fit. And in the case of Marcus Bell, we can see that the AI verdict was a good fit. Now, just for demonstration purposes, we said that we want to add them to a sequence of emails. So if we now advance the time by 6 hours, we should see that Marcus, who was deemed a good lead, got a bunch of follow-up emails because we want ultimately to book a call with Marcus. In the case of Jordan, Jordan was filtered and he was not deemed a good lead, so we don't want to give him any follow-ups. If you now go and look at the follow-up emails, we could see that this was sent an hour later and saying, "Hi Marcus, just making sure my first note reached you. Happy to put together a no pressure savings estimate whenever you're ready." Then in the very next email, we get a case study. "We recently helped a family in your area cut their electric bill from about $240 a month to under $30, which is going to incentivize Marcus to book a call even more." And then finally, he gets another benefit mail saying, "Most homeowners we work with offset 70 to 100% of their electric bill." Now, let's break down the automation I used for this. The trigger in this case is going to be somebody that requests a quote. In the background, a Claude agent that has been trained on your company specific data is going to be crafting the emails, is going to be qualifying the leads. The reason why you train it on your company data is because you want the email to be sent in tone of voice of your company. Maybe you want to send some real case studies that you have. You probably want some branding in there, your logo, etc., etc. To achieve this, you can give an agent all of this information, and all the emails that he'll be sending from the future, you can ensure like a level of quality from that. Yeah, so you send it to the Claude agent. The Claude agent is going to qualify the leads. If the lead is not qualified, it gets added to GoHighLevel with a not qualified tag. They still get some kind of courteous email saying thank you for the quote. As you've seen, if they are qualified, they still get added to HighLevel with the verdict was a good fit tag. They get added to the email sequence where they get a bunch of follow-up emails, and in these emails they persuade the lead to book a call with them. Now this is all great. Once you get an automation like this set up, it is a completely scalable solution. One of the benefits is, like I said, the most important one is going to be speed to lead. The name of the game these days is speed, and the person that follows up on the leads the quickest is going to be the person that wins. The next one is you have an automated lead qualifying system where the only people that you'll be handling or the only people that you'll be interacting with are actually qualified leads that want to book a call. These are very warm leads basically ready to buy. You now have a consistent follow-up cadence, very personalized to the lead based on the credentials they put in. And finally, like I said, you only worry about booking the calls to people and closing people and etc. etc. You no longer have to do this type of manual labor in the beginning, which is just not fun, quite frankly, and there's more important stuff that you could be doing with your time. The wild part about all this is that the lead that's sitting on the other side has no idea that anything automated actually happened. They filled out the form, they got a reply that sounded like a human sent it to them, and the lead simply remained interested. Meanwhile, you were on a job, sleeping, or perhaps just doing other things. The 8-second reply matters because it goes out each and every single week, even on your worst weeks at 3 a.m. in the morning, while a real person just simply couldn't do that. Most businesses are quietly losing deals they'll never even hear about. A lead goes cold, moves on, while you never even get a notification. This automation right here just makes sure that stops happening. So here's what you can do. If you know there's a spot in your business where leads just have to sit and wait, or some task that you have to keep doing over and over again while it just eats up your time, book a free call with me below and we'll decide together whether it's worth automating, yes or no. And if you're not ready for that, but your brain is already spinning on ideas, tell me below in the comments. I'll be reading each and every one of them. Either way, thanks for watching. I appreciate you making it all the way to the end of this video, and I'll catch you in the next one.